So if you had time or viewed my stories before, you'll see that there are some things that I share consistently. I share time lapses of my meditation practice just about every 2 days, 2 to 3 days. And I wanted to share with you today how I practice meditation, and if you have an interest in this. And it's a form of meditation that really works for people that have a lot of busy minds and distracted minds, people who are overthinking and who possibly can't sit still or are really creative. So we need lots of tools if we associate or identify this way. And so one of the reasons that I choose this meditation is because I am all of those things. And I found that this is a very effective technique, keeping yourself busy in other ways in your body, then allowing your brain to do what it does best when you meditate, which is just kind of let the thoughts come and allow yourself to move down into the body and observe the thoughts. Have this really high quality experience where you get to know what's going on in your head without feeling any way about it. Just the power of observation. So, if this is of interest to you, the technique that I use is prayer beads. So there's a couple of different ways to use prayer beads. This is a mala. It's a really beautiful mala. Actually, I think I got this on Amazon, believe it or not. There's 108 beads on the mala, and you hold the mala in whichever hand you want to hold with. So I'm going to hold the mala in my right hand, and you find the large bead with the tassel, and you go above this bead. And that first bead above the bead is where you're going to start. I hold the mala over my forefingers, and I pinch with the index finger and the thumb. And to move the beads, you just pull up. So the thumb goes up and the beads pull down, like so. You can do this without looking, and the beads will rotate through your hand easily. So this is how you use the beads to move through and essentially track time or a mantra or individual affirmations or names of people that you're grateful for. These are all different ways to use the prayer beads. When I started using prayer beads, I used a mantra that goes, well, first of all, mantras are a string of words that repeat themselves. And so this mantra in particular is just a really beautiful blessing. And it reminds you of some really important things like happiness and freedom. So I like to link breath to this practice. So I'll go ahead and walk you through essentially what I'm saying in my head when I meditate. So first, get a comfortable seated position. I'm sitting on a meditation cushion made out of buckwheat. This allows me to drop my knees and makes things really comfortable for me on my backside. Second thing you want to do here is keep the spine nice and long so you can breathe fully into your lungs. And then to begin the meditation again, you find that first bead above the large bead, and you can hold it between your fingers. And as I inhale, I'm going to hold the bead and repeat internally, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. As I exhale, I'm going to move to the next bead. Say the same thing. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. I pull to the next bead. As I inhale, I repeat in my head, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. As I move to the next bead, on the exhale, I say in my head, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. So this hand is tracking. I'm going to repeat this meditation mantra 108 times. And as I make my way through each inhale and each exhale saying this, I'm allowing myself to hear the words that I'm saying and believe in the words that I'm saying. As I move through this, about halfway through the beads, I might start to visualize what a happy person looks like. A smile on their face. What a person that looks free evokes in my mind. And I'll do this for one full round until I get all the way back to the tassel. And then you want to turn your prayer beads over. So there's this idea that you don't just keep on going. You want to stop and move back to where you started. You want to avoid crossing over the big bead. That's called the guru bead. And then for the second round, if you want, you can start using your fingers for tapping. And this is a mudra activation, and mudra is the yoga of the hands. I'm going to lightly go over what this is because mudra has its own whole background, and it's a different conversation for a different day. But we're still going to use the same mantra, tapping on the first bead and tapping the thumb and the index finger. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Inhale. Move to the next bead, move to the next finger, middle finger. Exhale, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. Next finger, next bead. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Exhale, next bead. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Back to the index finger. Inhale, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Excuse me. So you can do this until you complete another round. Once you get back to your center bead, your main bead, your guru bead, you might look up the clock and notice that 15 minutes of time has gone by. And you've just practiced mantra meditation utilizing mala prayer beads. So this is the technique I use for meditation every day. Sometimes I'll change out the words in the mantra. If you look at my stories, you'll see if I make a shift. When you start getting closer to your inner self and your emotions and how deeply you feel, it becomes very easy to feel inspired and want to share more of what you're feeling, and also take those feelings and redirect them into your mind and into your brain. So for this week, I've been practicing a mantra: may all beings everywhere be brave and free from fear, or courageous and free from fear. So you can see how I can swap the words out there. And you can set a timer and just do this. You can also start with just completing one full round of the prayer beads and notice how that feels. And just a couple of words of advice. It's normal to feel uncomfortable when you first start sitting. So if you start to feel discomfort, you can pause and make note of where you are on your prayer beads, and just do a little bit of yoga. Right, so there's some cat and some cow, some barrel rolls, maybe a little twist. If your feet start to fall asleep, you can wiggle your toes, and a couple of other ways to make this more comfortable include elevating those knees or changing the position entirely. So, I hope that you find this to be helpful. Meditation will really change your life for the better. One day you're going to realize how much time you spend in your head and how much control you give your mind. And so the act of practicing meditation every day for 5 minutes is the first start of becoming aware of how the mind works and the amount of disinformation that the mind holds on to, and the just logical approach you can take with identifying all of the info that your mind is producing and piecing together what's worth pushing off to the side and what's worth holding on to, and also what's worth taking and putting up into your brain. And so that's where the mantra and the affirmation and the positive mindset and the gratitude meditations can be really transformative, can help you rewire your brain, can help you change your emotional intelligence, and it can also just help you feel better, feel more connected to yourself, feel more empowered for your wellness journey. So I hope that this is all helpful, and I'm going to encourage you, if you can, to also add a few minutes of movement to your meditation. Even if you're not the kind of person that does yoga or meditation for an hour, do 5 minutes meditation, 5 minutes yoga. Great way to start your day. Remember to stay hydrated, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions, comments, or you want to chat, reach out to me. I'm here for it.